There is a new wrinkle I want to tell you about in the Donald Trump Stormy Daniels fiasco. Ton of emails over the weekend saying, David, you've got to cover the paternity angle to the Trump Stormy Daniels affair. And there is a paternity angle. So far, the lines of questioning have been one, Trump's personal hypocrisy, right? Running on being the guy for the religious right, the family man, the good guy, despite having had multiple affairs, including with porn stars. Angle two has been the legality of the hush money paid to Stormy Daniels, possibly coming from campaign funds, $130,000, which would be illegal. Angle number three have been the lies and the attempts to cover up the payment that was made. But there's maybe a new angle here, and it's being called the paternity angle. And MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell pointed this out on Twitter over the weekend, where he said, Mr. President, why does your confidentiality agreement with Stormy Daniels forbid her to reveal paternity information? Now, this is true that the non-disclosure agreement, which we've seen because it's part of Stormy Daniels' recent lawsuit, it says she is forbidden from disclosing both paternity information and discussing alleged children stemming from her affair with Trump. So the immediate reaction was, this must relate to a love child that Donald Trump has, or maybe to an abortion that Donald Trump encouraged Stormy Daniels to have or paid for Stormy Daniels to have. But it appears that it's totally overblown because according to Stormy Daniels' own attorney, Donald Trump never impregnated Stormy Daniels, nor are there any kids in question here, nor any abortion that took place. Her lawyer said, in general, the stock boilerplate language for affair non-disclosure hush money payments includes that you don't talk about possible impregnation, paternity, or any children. What kind of a world do we live in that there is a boilerplate affair non-disclosure contract that includes the provisions that you can't talk about impregnation or love children that may have come from that? Bottom line, I don't believe that there's a kid here. Doesn't really make the entire Stormy Daniels thing any less outrageous overall. And I want to mention, this is sort of a good opportunity for me to mention, the real story here isn't that Trump had an affair with a porn star or with anybody else. That really is Trump's business. It's the hypocrisy of running as the candidate for the moral Christians. It's the Christian voters ignoring the reality of Trump's life because I guess they prefer Trump's unchristianity rather than Hillary Clinton. It's the cyclone of lies and hypocrisy and possibly illegal payments. That's the story, not that Trump had an affair.
Yeah, I think it's the campaign finance violations. But
well, yeah.
I am going to disagree with you a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think Trump ran as the family values candidate. I just think that the evangelical right adopted him for whatever reason. It's not like he was talking so much about, fidelity and
but hold on a second.
Abortion and all that stuff too much.
Trump chose to say that his favorite book is the Bible.
Yeah, with 2 Corinthians.
It's clearly not true. That's a choice he made. He didn't need to do that for the evangelicals to say, this is going to be our guy, instead of Ted Cruz or whoever else. I think you're right that because of their hatred for Hillary Clinton and just like the propaganda around voting for Democrats, there were people on the right who just said, we're going to adopt this guy because he's the Republican. But Trump was pandering as well.
A little bit. I don't think he ever made the best case. I just think that the evangelicals were eager to adopt someone
Other than Hillary.
Yeah, and they liked his personality.
I guess. Yeah, I think there's probably plenty of blame or responsibility to go around, depending on which word you want to use. Today's program is sponsored in part by custom menswear line Indo Chino. I went to Indo Chino's Boston storefront and worked with Chris, who took all sorts of measurements of me, not those, get your mind out of the gutter, but all sorts of relevant measurements for fitting a suit to me. And I came away with a really, really great suit. And if your suit doesn't fit right, it's just not going to look good. And Indo Chino is the largest custom apparel company making not only suits, but also shirts to your exact measurement. You basically pick your fabric, you choose your customizations, you either go into one of their locations to get measured, or you can submit your measurements online if you don't live near an Indo Chino store. The order is placed, and then within 3 weeks or even sooner, you get a great custom-made suit made to measure. You can shop online at Indochino.com. You can go to any of their showrooms across North America, And this week, our listeners and our viewers can get any premium Indo Chino suit for just $359 at Indochino.com when you enter the code Pakman at checkout. I'm going to get myself a light tan suit soon. That's what I've always been lacking. And I want to look good at those summer weddings, many of which I've got coming up. So that's my plan for my next suit. That is over 50% off the regular price for a premium made-to-measure suit. Shipping is free. You just go to Indochino.com. Promo code is Pakman, Pakman, to get any premium suit for $359 plus free shipping.